Good morning. Good morning. So let's talk about the trades of the week and then the key levels going into next week. So before we can talk about last week, we got to talk about the battle plan trade from Friday. There was speculator special as well, but looking to get long there, and you get a beautiful touch and go with just giving you a nice spread there from your entry to hold back your paid for financed runner. And if my voice sounds hoarse, it's because it is. I've been sick with a common cold for a few days here, and it has certainly affected my voice. So from time to time, I'm probably going to take a sip of my coffee as well. So I got into that trade and I held over the weekend and eventually trailed out up here for 100 pointer, which was really fun. Stopped 5 to 10 points behind the low, 5 to 10 points behind the low. It was up really nicely. And I decided that if it comes back in after taking one of those all-time highs, remember we had 3 all-time highs we had marked last week. Well, it took one of them. And so when it came back in, I decided to make sure I took my 100 pointer, and that's what I did. Each week I publish 2 things, as you know, our strong levels, which I think are the most important levels going into the week. And then each afternoon I map out where do I think the highest probability trades will exist. So last Sunday, I mapped out this trade here for us to get back above the strong level and use that as the long above here. And if you'd have done that, another gorgeous trade and could have been a possible multi-day hold. Had this for the next day. It was battle plan 1 in here. I could dial in, but if you'd have gotten into that trade, you could have had a 10 pointer. Nothing to write home to mama about, but hey, 10 points is 10 points, right? You hold that finance runner because you never know how far price is going to go. That was battle plan number 1. Battle plan number 2 gave another entry using the strong levels. And had you got into that trade, you could have maxed out probably 50 points if you would have needed to exit at the end of the day. And then when we were trading live on YouTube on Tuesday, so make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell because you never know when we're going to go live as an extra. I always go live on Tuesdays, but sometimes we do an extra stream during the week. Like Friday, we streamed all morning. Know that we got long here, called exit here, and got long there, called exit there. Actually, I missed one of my arrows. There we go. And so that's how that played out very nicely for there. And then if you wanted to see a recap of this, because the video is still online, but if you want to watch a 5-minute recap of our trading on Tuesday, where we called out a 30 pointer, go watch this video. Did you catch these? And then no battle plan trades activated from the Tuesday map outs. It happens. No big deal. You simply wait for the next high probability trade around the corner. And then on this day, that trailed me out on Wednesday of my 100 pointer, we got a beautiful core strategy short here. And when we slammed back under the opening, I threw out this warning to the group: careful with longs, time to sit back unless you're short from the front side at 7005 with a lotto paid for a runner. If short, target 64, which was here. And so in the afternoon, we aren't streaming live, but we are updating inside of the Discord group and making comments as I believe is needed. So the warning to be careful with longs. If you're short, target here. In other words, just sit back. If you're not short, you're doing nothing. You're just waiting for the next setup, which is probably going to be overnight in the battle plan. So battle plan 2 almost fully activated here. It came directly to our strong range that we had setting here. I was wanting it to get under the strong range and get back above. It didn't pull that deep. You'd have been up at midnight to get into this trade anyway. But if you're an international trader, that worked out. And then as we did on Friday, if you were with us, once again, we were live on Friday. You can go look at that live stream if you wanted. We called out along that if you'd have done a perfect 3 contract system, our target was 55 points away and you would have had a nice 50 pointer. I captured 20 of that move. I did not do the 3 contract system. I only had 1 contract, but no crying over spilt milk. Very nice. For the levels going into this week, I'm not going to go through and draw them. I went ahead and drew them, and I'm just going to post them right here for you to look at and just make sure that they're matching up with what you have on your chart as well. These are the session levels. Some of them are RTH levels that have not been tested during RTH. So note the notes on those and make sure those are on your chart. Also in the battle plan tonight, I'm going to post all of the VPOCs that need to be on your chart. So make sure you reference that and add them to your chart as well. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to finish up the battle plan and get it posted with the updated strong levels. You guys have a great Sunday. I will see you later.